Welcome to the conclusion of our School of Line Dancing 102. Season 2, that's what it means. Again, the focus on 8 count, whatever we do with the 8 is what I've been teaching. So far, what we have covered, can you imagine, 11 weeks. And so I didn't know that we were able to complete it, so that's good, right? Week 1, if you remember, is all straight 8. Okay? Straight 8 is our week 1. From week 2, we move on to basic cha-cha. So what is basic cha-cha? If I put an end there, syncopation between 3 and 4, 7 and 8, it's 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. Right? That is what we define as basic cha-cha. Alright. That's week 2. Week 3, we move on to basic rumba. What happens to basic rumba? We don't see 4, we don't see 8. Because it becomes 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. Okay? Or we translate that now later on into quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Slow is always 2 count. Right? From there we said, well, we can do the same thing into mambo, salsa, samba. We bundled them up. I can't remember what dance we ended up doing. Oh, we have a salsa, Vietnamese salsa, and a reggae rumba, I think we did. Okay. So, what happens with salsa, mambo, samba is there's an syncopation there. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. It doesn't have to be all straight. Because right now in the choreography world, this is mixed with something else. A straight 4 or a rumba. Where there's a mambo here, or there's a straight 4 here on this side. Okay, remember I'm giving you the canopy techniques of what they do in the real world. Before, I would probably do this, but it can be done as long as the music is slow. Right? Because otherwise, I always emphasize, the body needs a break. Right? That's now we add a little bit of break where there is no syncopation. That is on week 4. What happens on week 5? We went to foxtrot. What is foxtrot as I defined it? If there is no beat. It's a long series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. So this is basically what we call a rumba connected to a 4 count. So if I connect that here, to me it's a foxtrot rhythm. Long count into a hold. And you saw that when we did that was our foxtrot creation. So we did a lot of things this season. That's why I'm happy with it. It had to be foxtrot. It's the dance that we created. You better take note because there's an exam after this. Alright, so I made sure that. Week 6, okay, what happened to week 6? We notice we're progressing. It's getting harder and harder, not in terms of the dance itself, which we always simplify it, but the way that we comprehend how we are converting the 8 count right after that. Okay, let's do that. So when we move on to the 9 count 2 step, we define, I briefly discussed the old one. The old one represents also like a rumba, quick, quick, slow, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. The new 9 count 2 step is 1, 2, and 3, 4 again. That is a new 9 count 2 step. 1, 2, and 3, 4 again. Now it can be kind of combined to both series. If it's a slower 9 count music, it can be both 5, 6, and 7, 8, and. It's a choice of the choreographer. Or you can do even triple, 1.5. Or just forget this and add a little 4 count. Again, depending on the music. That's what we've been doing. hope you dance like a two-step is what we created. Very simple. They're all this one. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. From nightclub, we ended up with our waltz. Waltz is 6 count. Okay. That's your beat. 7. 6 count. It's usually 1, 2, 3 is the waltz rhythm, and then this becomes 4, 5, 6 as a set. Okay, 6 set usually it's a set of 6 versus the 8 count of the other rhythm part. This is an update for you because there's from the World Exchange newsletter. Raymond Sargamin, one of my pro friend that we follow, Tall Raymond, came up with a statement to the world that his waltz has an end. So now some people are complaining, how come there's an end? You only knew it was 3 count. I knew what he meant. So I just played a joke on my remarks. I said, life is too short, I only count once a street. But what he meant was there are songs that you adjust to the musicality. Right? I said, I know that sometimes you have to adjust because some words I told you are fast, some are very slow. So in the sense that 1, 2, 3, there could be, it feels like there's an end. He asks an extra half a beat to go to the next set. So that's what he meant. It's like this probably just trying to encourage discussion. Okay, so there's no such thing. Just 3 count. Just adjust to the music. Okay, I always tell you, listen to the music, adjust. Okay, adjust the rest. So some music are slow, some music are fast. From there we go back to 8 count. Which is jitterbug and bending. This is the difference between the cha-cha. The syncopation is in front. Okay, because now it becomes cha-cha-cha, rock recover, cha-cha-cha, rock recover. And I said, I rarely use jitterbug because jitterbug is the bouncy 1 and 2, 1 and 2, people. And young people like us will get tired. So I'd rather do the lindy, which is a subtle shuffle. Shuffle to the side, rock recover, shuffle to the side, rock recover. Which we've been doing now, like the father's rock sway, the sunburn, maybe the rhythm. We are mostly current with this one. On week 9, we went to a hard lesson on rolling rhythm, because rolling rhythm is like only the last decade that we saw it as taught by Michelle Burton and Joe Thompson. Okay, the rolling rhythm. From pull you through, blah, blah, blah. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. There is a triple here. Okay, 7, 8, and up. So now rolling rhythm rolls with the music, and there's an extra letter after the syncopation, meaning an extra half a beat. So if you analyze rolling rhythm, it becomes a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this is 3, and it's like a 12 count, right? But these are tiny steps. So you just roll with the music, okay? Roll with the music. On week 10, which we did not cover last season, we discussed an easy hip hop that I call. What's an easy hip hop? To me, is anything that I use syncopation before the number. Okay? It could be N1, N2, N3, it could be everywhere. But before the number, which is popularly used now for both process, which we did, right? I need your love, I think is what I did for the both cross. But we made it as simple as possible. So, talking too much. So both cross is the famous step that I classify under the top because it's both cross, right? And one, and two. Right. And we will discuss it later. And finally, tango, the only class that Shelly missed. So I'm happy to report that it's still an 8 count. In the old days, I get scared when they say tango. Nowadays, it's a tango, nothing to it, right? Because we convert that into slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. That's your 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your tango. But then in the real world, I guess prior to maybe 10 years ago, I tried to insist on doing tango straight. All of them has this. But if you analyze the tango that Michelle Burton used for lipstick tango, the Joe and Joe tango by Joe Thompson, they mix it up with rumba. And that's the reason why most of the dances now we do are mixed with the rumba. So you don't really have to stick to all of this. And that's why our creation that we just did, the tango project, has a lot of quick, quick, slow, which actually became more manageable. And then we start an 8 count for kind of fancy description. So that took care of 11 weeks, would you believe? Oh my God. I didn't know we were able to do that. If I were to think back, if I were to increase the number of weeks next year, for example, there are only one more dance that I have not shown you, which also falls under rumba, but a different rhythm, called bolero. I have a dance, I went to YouTube and we did a dance called bolero something, maybe a couple of videos there. And so it's something that we haven't done, focus on that. And then Paso Doble. Paso Doble is almost like what Raymond always made famous. He combines it with reggaeton and all those. But Paso Doble used the word, that's why I threw in his famous Boto. I asked him, did I spell it correctly? He said, yeah, I did. Botafogo. Botafogo. That is his favorite steps that he shows on Paso Doble. You know, the one that goes. Yeah, so that's the idea. But anyway, if we have time next year, we can go 14 weeks. I'll see what's happening next year. Or I will leave it up to you, because to conclude our introduction, you know what we're going to do on our finals? Not a written test. Alright, so we're going to convert the final session into, before I close the camera, we are really going to do this like last year, a workshop, right? Workshop where we will apply, not all, obviously it's hard to add 11 rhythms in one dance, but you choose which one you like from the week 1 to 11. Okay? I'm sure you cannot avoid a straight 8 because that's the easiest and the body break that we need, right? But we're going to make this into a workshop, but even better, we're going to make it into doing 2 dances. Last year we did 1, right? As a group. Now, the challenge is we're going to make it, we're going to do 2 dances. Okay, so I will close the camera and the surprise will be when I give you the final exam.